My name is Eleanor and I'm 72 years old. For many years, my life felt like a quiet, slow-moving river, steady but uneventful. After losing my husband to illness more than a decade ago, I retreated into solitude. My children were busy with their own families, scattered across the country. The little cottage I had shared with William was now my sanctuary and sometimes my prison. Days passed with routines that left me neither fulfilled nor truly lonely. I would wake up early, make my tea, tend to the garden William once loved, and spend afternoons lost in old books or watching birds outside the window. Evenings were the hardest. The silence grew louder as the sun set, and memories flooded the quiet rooms. I accepted this as my new normal, until a day that started like any other but would change everything. That morning, a moving truck pulled up in front of the empty house next door. The house had been vacant for years, left untouched after the previous owner moved away. I hadn't paid it much attention until then, but something about that moment felt different. Curiosity nudged me outside. As I stepped into my garden, I noticed a man struggling to carry a heavy box down the steps. He was younger than me, probably in his 40s, with kind eyes and a gentle smile. Without thinking, I walked over and asked if he needed a hand. His name was Simon, and he had just moved here to take care of his mother, who was ill. We talked briefly as I helped him carry the box into the house. His appreciation was sincere, and for the first time in a long while, I felt a spark of connection. Over the next few weeks, Simon and I saw each other often. He would wave when he passed by in the morning, and sometimes we exchanged brief conversations about the weather, gardening tips, or a new book I recommended. Slowly, a friendship blossomed between us, a gentle reminder that life still had surprises in store. One day, Simon invited me to join him for coffee at a small local cafe. It was a simple invitation, but it felt like stepping into a new chapter. Over warm cups and soft music, we shared stories of our lives, our losses, and our hopes. I found myself laughing more than I had in years, and Simon listened with a kind patience I hadn't known I needed. With his encouragement, I began to reimagine my days. I joined a community gardening group, started attending book readings, and even signed up for a pottery class. Simon was always there, not as a savior or a replacement, but as a friend who saw me as more than my past. As the months passed, I realized that this newfound friendship was healing more than just my loneliness. It was reigniting a passion for life, reminding me that growing older didn't mean closing the door on joy or connection. One evening, as the sun set in brilliant shades of orange and pink, Simon and I sat on my porch. We watched as the neighborhood came alive with the soft glow of porch lights and the distant laughter of children playing. "I never thought I'd find friendship like this again," I said softly. Simon smiled, his eyes reflecting the fading light. Neither did I. Sometimes, life surprises us when we least expect it. That moment was a turning point. It reminded me that no matter our age or circumstances, the possibility of new beginnings always remains. The years I thought were behind me were simply chapters waiting to be written anew. I'm Eleanor, and this is my story. A story of rediscovery, hope, and the simple power of reaching out. Because sometimes the smallest gesture, offering a hand, sharing a smile, can open a door to a life full of meaning once more.